Hey, Kahneman. Cheers. All right, let's see who's in. How are you, buddy? Hey, I wanted to just take a moment and thank you for all of your comments and feedback and stuff. I really do appreciate when you comment on the videos. You're always upbeat. So thank you. What are you doing this evening? Let's see if we can get some people to log in here. All right. Get my phone on vibrate. So, Kahneman, is that your last name, or is that's the name of a studio? So, are you a photographer, videographer, or what do you do for a living? Tell me a little bit about yourself. Looks like we got 23 people on. That's good. All right, let's get started. All right. So it's been a while since I've gone live. I was trying to do one weekly during this whole COVID thing, and work slowed down, so I had time to do that. And then work just went crazy. It was like a train wreck. Just we couldn't keep up. We can't keep up with the amount of work. I don't know if people being home are noticing things around the house or what, but our phone hasn't stopped ringing, which is a good thing. I'm not complaining. But how about you guys? Are you finding yourself busier than ever right now with building and construction? Just grilled up some burgers. All right, man. Go chill out. I'll talk to you later. What's my thoughts on the Festool Mini? I don't really have a big use for it. It's great for small little punchless stuff, but I think it has its place. I do like that it clicks in with the Festool boxes, you know, the whole Sortimo, or it's not Sortimo. I can't think of how Festool calls it. The boxes that they use, the stackable boxes. So yeah, I think it's okay. I've got one in the shop. We're actually going to probably test it in the next couple of weeks or so. We'll see. Hey, Caesar, how are you? It's good to see you. Mercury Mark, you asked how it was working with Milwaukee Tool for the pipeline event. So I didn't really work with them. They sent me a tool way ahead of time and said, would you review this, and would you be willing to do a video for the Milwaukee pipeline? So I did. I did my regular video, which I put on my YouTube channel, and then I did a condensed version of that for the pipeline. And I'm hoping people actually go watch the full video. I give way more information in that full video. It was fun. It was all right. I thought it was a little bit of a snooze fest. Too much talking, I thought, from some of the product managers. But I think this is their first one. I think they're learning. They sent out a survey. They're going to do a whole lot of things differently on the second round. I'm sure of it. Let me see. High Ridge Handyman says he's busy except with the recent, especially the recent storm. So are you around here? Because we had a lot of trees blown down just in the last couple of nights. A lot of people without power and stuff like that. So a Bluetooth dust extractor for small jobs. I really like the Makita. They've got a really nice little setup with that AWS system. Take a look at that. The Jason Foley, hey buddy, how are you? I just sent you a text tonight of a book I want you to read. It's called Markup and Profit by Michael Stone. Awesome book. It talks a lot about estimating and charging for estimates and charging the right prices and markup, things that you and I talk about a lot. I want you to get that book. I think I have it. I'll try to dig it out for you, but I don't know where to look. I'll try. Let me see. Lance is asking how is work over there? Is COVID still closing it down? No, Lance, we are busier than ever. It's crazy. We're located in the metro Boston area, about 20 miles outside of Boston. Suburbs, busy, really busy. People want us over. Yeah, we don't have any problems. We're taking precautions and procedures, but we're not really slowing down. I need to review the new Capex 10-inch. I already did that review. That was done like 2 months ago. The video's live. Check it out, man. You missed it. You need to hit the bell, the notification bell in those videos, so you're notified when I do a video. AWS stands for automatic. It's Makita's version of Bluetooth technology to turn a cordless tool turning on a cordless vacuum. Automatic wireless system or something. I'm not sure. Sorry, Dave, but it's a Bluetooth system. What's up, Gerard? Let me see. What's my opinion on the one key? All right, I'm not a huge fan of the one key as a small remodeling contractor. There's a lot of things you can do with one key. I don't use it for inventory. I don't use it for theft. I did set up my one key reciprocating saw so that when the saw comes out of the cut, it shuts off. And I did that after I cut my tendon on my thumb. So now it's kind of annoying when you're cutting and you back off a little bit, it stops, but I just repress the trigger and go. Everybody who uses my recip saw hates it, but I remember that cut that day and I don't want to do that again. So I was cutting a pipe and it came out of the pipe, punched the pipe, and then it hit me as I dropped the saw, the blade punched my thumb right here and severed a tendon. It was horrible. Let me see what else you guys saying here. All right, caught the tail end of what's the book called again? Markup and Profit by Mike Stone. Great book. In fact, I just bought the second revision of that. I'm going to read it again. Let me see here. You liked my shop tour video. Thank you. I had fun doing that. That was a lot of fun. I had to film that myself with a tripod. I wish I had someone kind of just follow me around. It could have been a little bit more organic, but most of the stuff I do is with a tripod. Yeah, I like the shirt too. This is a very comfortable shirt. All right, Michael Hawkins Hankins says, love your unbiased videos, made multiple purchases based on them. Hey, thanks, Mike. Appreciate it. I have a lot of fun doing this. If it wasn't fun, I wouldn't do it because there's a lot of time and effort that goes into it. Johnny Newell's in the house, everybody. Hey, Johnny, how are you, buddy? Longtime fan and supporter. I appreciate you, John. Can you put a link to the book later? Ordered a new Makita 36-volt mower on a review. Oh, good. I'm glad you like it. That's a solid mower. I'll try to remember to put the review up for that book. It's called Markup and Profit. Just Google it. You'll find it by Michael Stone. You didn't know I did live videos. Best internet connection right now. Hope this message gets through. Hey, thanks, Albert. Yeah, we do some live ones. I was doing one a week like 6 weeks ago, and I kind of got away from it. This is my first one in a long time. So it's good to be back to just talk to you guys, and I love hearing the comments and stuff like that. All right, let's talk about a couple of things. I want to ask you guys some things. If you had to guess, if you had to tell me or tell us, share with us, what is your favorite thing about your career in the trades or your skill in the trades? What is the favorite thing about your career? What would it be? What's up, Antonio? I think I'll go first because I'm waiting for you guys to type. I think my favorite thing, I like problem solving. I like the challenge of finding a problem. I'll give you an example. I was the fourth guy in on a roof leak. Actually, it wasn't a roof leak. They couldn't find the leak. It was just a hardwood floor buckling. And I figured it out. And nobody else could figure it out. And the insurance adjuster was blown away and then referred me to a bunch of people. So I like problem solving. High Ridge Handyman likes the interaction with all different types of people. That's pretty cool too. You do meet some really nice people. In fact, one of my very good friends was a client just a couple of times. I've made some good friends that are now clients. Michael Antonio says, my favorite thing is being the owner and helping my employees problem solve. Okay, so you're training your employees. That's good. Experience pays off. That's true, Dane. I also just make it a point to learn how buildings work and how water, you got to think like a raindrop, right? So I figured out that leak was a roof leak, and it was actually a sidewall flashing roof leak, cheek wall. Last piece of flashing was missing. Creating something that someone falls in love with from nothing to something. Yeah, I agree with you, Lucas. That's awesome. This person says, not in the trades per se, but I have to make cribbing for transportation industry. That's still trade specific. You're in the trades. See hard work at the end of the day and seeing constantly changing process. Yeah, Garrett, I agree with you on that. How are you, Garrett? It's good to see you. Hey, Weston Bartosik is in the house. Yo, yo. Wes is a Toolbox Buzz crew member, and he's gearing up to do a chainsaw head-to-head in 2 weeks, I think. And we'll be heading down there and doing that with him and filming it and doing a video off it. So looking forward to hanging out, Wes. Lance says, learning how to do things people wish they knew. Yeah. Kahneman says, teaching my friend how to do something easier. Absolutely. Amen. Meeting humble people as well as just needing help and things. Good, good. Connecticut Chainsaw Massacre. I love it. I love it. All right. I've been willing. We had this conversation today, Andy and I, this new guy I hired, and we had this conversation today, and we were having. I know what we were talking about. I'm not going to tell you what we were talking about, but we were talking about this particular tool and how it's changed the way we do things. And I want to ask you guys, what one tool has made a massive difference in your operations, your daily operations, how you operate day to day? What one tool is it? And let's say the last 5, maybe 10 years. Tell me what one tool has changed the way you do things. You know, home run, deal breaker, unbelievable tool. Tell me about it. And I'll tell you what my tool is in a minute. You're right about that, Tony. You're always learning. So, Lucas, you say track saw. Are you using that tool a lot? Because it is a great tool. But before track saw, we had shoot strips and things, and I had this like thing I built out of 2 layers of plywood, clamps, and I'd shoot it that way. Yeah, Lance, Johnny, multi-tool. Amen. Absolutely. Everybody's cluing on multi-tools. So impact drivers, I think impact drivers go back about 15 years. So 5 to 10 years, it's a multi-tool. We were talking about this on the job site today. Holy smoke, so much faster, right? And now there's like with this new fuel multi-tool and the fine multi-master, these things are fast. The blades are phenomenal with carbide tips and stuff. Before, you wanted to cut a baseboard out to fit in a bookcase. You scribed it with, your square and a knife, and then you chisel it out and you scribe it some more. Maybe you got a Jap saw in there. It was miserable, and it would take an hour. You cut that out in 30 seconds now with a real trained hand and careful. You guys are all saying multi-tool, couple track saws, couple of impacts. I will say impacts have changed the industry as well. I used to use a screw gun, a drill to screw screws in. Now we use an impact driver. So that has changed how we do things. Lithium-ion batteries, Junior, absolutely gave us way better runtime. Yeah, they do make a racket, Johnny. So anyway, that's been the change in the industry. I would say the multi-tool in the last 5 to 10, the impact in like the 10 to 15, and how about 20 years? I would say 20 years would be cordless tools, right? So cordless tools started coming out. They sucked, but they were good, and they had their place. And now they're phenomenal. Now you can cut the cord with cordless tools, right? All right, multi-blades are expensive. Yeah, Keith, I buy Imperial blades online. I get them like 100 at a time. I pay about $8 a piece, so it's less than $10 a blade. It might even be less than that, and it's worth it. And you can you just got to make sure you don't put them all in one bag. You guys will just take them and use them up. But I try to make my multi-tool blade last. And the way you do that is you either use some beeswax on your blades, or you create a rocking or a moving motion to let the sawdust come out of the kerf. That's going to keep the blade cool and you won't smoke it. A lot of people say let the weight of the tool, do the cutting. Yeah, I don't really think it's the weight of the tool. I think it's the right pressure. You got to know what it is depending on what you're cutting, as well as moving side to side, rocking it, cutting along a whole line. Whatever you do, just let that sawdust come out, and it'll keep the blade cooler and last longer. All right, I can't keep up with your comments here, guys. As an electrician, Dickie says Milwaukee Force Logic knockout set. Holy smokes, for you? Yeah, that thing is awesome. All right, makes me think of bits too. I cringe about driving small Phillips head screw with a traditional drill. Yeah, we used to do that, or you use it by hand. How about hey, here's something. I just bought a book online. We were talking about that book, Markup and Profit, which all of you in the trade should read. Markup and Profit. It's on the same lines as my recent Instagram post about charging for estimates. And I did a video on that as well. If you haven't seen it, charging for estimates, you should be doing. What is the last book you read? I'm in the market for a new book. I just bought a book tonight. It's called, I wrote it down, Shop Class is a Soul Craft. Been wanting to get it for a long time. It's been recommended for a long time. Our apprentice, Dave, just bought it. He loves it. So I got it. But what's the last book that you read? Tell me the last book you read. Last book I read was Frank Kona. It was about the Red Sox and the World Series run. It was pretty good. Talks about leadership and managerial skills and teamwork and stuff like that. I like stuff like that. Sip of Sunshine. Absolutely. Great beer. Let me see. Trying to catch up here. I see my pack out really game changed for me. Yeah, organizers are great, definitely, but they're not new. Um, L-Box has been out for 10 plus years. Sortimo, Toolbox has been around forever, right? So milk crates. I used to use milk crates. Can you imagine that? Let me see. Good to see you. Have to go. All right. Take care, High Ridge. Laser levels and marking tools. Okay, I'll give you that. Green's Home Improvement says I don't read books. Too time consuming. All right. My comment on that, Greens, is I used to read a lot, and then I started a blog called Conquered Carpenter, and then I started doing tool reviews on Toolbox Buzz. So I don't read as much as I used to either. But I think reading is important for your brain. It's just like doing, curls for your biceps. You got to exercise your brain, whether you do, Sudoku or word search or something. You got to keep your brain sharp as you get older. So I think, and I think reading can be relaxing. And I don't have a whole lot of hobbies. I like archery. I like my blog and writing. And I read. I read to relax. So, and I guess I like beer too. So. Elements of building a business handbook for residential builders and tradesmen. I'll have to look at that, Garrett. Garrett, how you been, by the way? I haven't talked to you in a little bit. Hope you're doing okay. Last book that Antonio read was Welding Principles and Applications. Antonio, can you weld? Because that's something that I want to do. If I get more time in my life, and I think my time is starting to free up. My kids are at college or out of the house. My wife works a couple nights. She's working tonight. I think I might take a welding class when all this COVID crap is over. I'd love to learn how to weld, make my own stuff and fix things. Do you see a lot of individuals looking to build their own homes? I do see people hiring builders to build their homes, but not themselves building, not around here. You need it in the automotive field, Antonio. Yeah, I love welding. I want to learn how to weld. All right, so tell me, guys, what's the last book you read? I only got one guy that read a book. Come on. If you guys aren't reading any books, then you got to check out that Markup and Profit book, or check out Shop Class is a Soul Craft. That's another good book. Okay, so 15-3, whatever. What's your name? Looking at Larry Hahn's books. Larry Hahn is an amazing framer and was like a pioneer in fine home building. So he does some great stuff. A lot of his principles, California Framer and all that stuff, are still in play today. I'm good, Garrett. All right. So Yoni says, hey, if you ever have the slightest interest in welding, you should at least take a class. I plan on it. Minuteman Tech is down the street. I am on their advisory board for the carpentry department, and I just recently met the welding guy, so the instructor. So I'm going to probably take a class there at some point. History buff. Tell me what's the best history book you read. For me, it was The Killer Angels. Best book ever. Best book ever. The Killer Angels talk about it's a Civil War, Battle of Gettysburg, and a whole based on historical fiction. Great book. Great read. Small paperback. Read it in 3 sittings. All right. What do you guys? We're talking about shop class and welding classes, right? So, what do you guys think about shop class and versus like Voc school? So, shop classes to me were something I took in high school. It was an elective. It could have been, automotive, small engine repair. It could have been carpentry, woodworking, drafting. But then there's vocational school where you actually go to school for a vocation, a skill. And 1 week in academics, 1 week in shop, and then maybe out in the field. What do you guys think about shop smith or shop classes versus vocational school? Do you think we do it right here in the United States? Are we doing it well? Are we training our next level carpenters, contractors, plumbers, electricians? Are we training them to step in and take over? I mean, you think about the skills gap that we have right now. For every 5 skilled workers retiring, there's 1 replacement. So are we doing it right in school or what? What do you guys think about that? So Saxonville, did you go to Minuteman? Minuteman is a great place, really good place. I'm trying to catch up to you guys. Autobiography. I mean, history. Lenin, the autobiography. I'm going to have to look into that one. All right. We're talking about books still a little bit. So, Michael, I think Voc schools are incredibly underrated as well, and I don't think a lot of emphasis is placed on them. I don't think parents are pushing kids towards skills. I do think it's changing a little bit now, but do what you can do. Everybody does want an office job now, though, it seems, right? It's kind of a bummer. There's a cubicle. Why would you want to work in a cubicle? But it is what it is. So I think we're not doing it right. I think Germany does it right. Germany makes it, when you get out of your 4 year or 5 years of training, you actually are licensed in that trade. You have to apprentice with somebody. I think there's some other European countries that do it well as well, and I don't think we're doing it. I don't think we're doing it right. But I really wish we put more emphasis in shop classes and vocational schools. So Homely says he teaches ag shop, agricultural maybe? Ag shop. I try to get my students ready to step into trade school of apprenticeship. Awesome job, brother. How do I like the 7 1/4 miter saw over the DeWalt 7 1/4? They're both great saws. I've been using the Milwaukee right now. It's phenomenal. Let me see. I'm trying to catch up here, guys. So Yoni says, I don't know what the answer is, but I'm frustrated with how few people in this country seem to have an interest in maintaining, repairing, or making things. I'm with you on that. I'm really frustrated, and we are behind. I don't know. I think it should be mandatory in schools. Will, I think shop class was mandatory when I was in school. You had to take something, home ec or shop or drafting, and I just think that's good to kind of give you a little taste of something. Mm-hmm. They're not doing enough of it. Kahneman took shop classes in 5th through 7th grade, and I went to trade school for carpentry later on. So I took shop classes too, and I loved it. I loved the carpentry and the woodworking. I just gravitated towards it. Let me see. I think we've become so risk averse, we've stifled the learning curve for hands-on trades. I hope not, but I think you might be right. I think I feel like for the last 30 years we have parents, I should say, have poo-pooed the trades, right? They've pushed their kids away from the trade. You've got to go to college or you'll never make anything yourself. And it's kind of hard. It's tough. I think that we should have more apprentices programs. And I think the solution is everyone, all of you, me, everybody needs to do a little bit to help. I've taken on an apprentice a couple different times. I'm trying to teach new people. I tried to get involved in my trade school. Albeit they don't let you really get involved, but I've tried to get involved as much as they let me. So I think if we all do a little bit and kind of help, it'll help a little bit. You've got to train your people. Nobody's going to train them for you right now. It's not happening. Let me see. The college push has been stressed so much that the disconnect in the vital trades has been left behind. And we're going to see that. I mean, I tried to get my plumber on a job the other day. I was talking to him. He's like, I'm booked for like 5 weeks. So you got to have more than one plumber now. It's hard. And you're right. A lot of these kids today, they don't want to work. They're busy playing. They got the fast opposable thumbs, they're the keyboard warriors or whatever, and they're playing video games, and they just don't want to get involved. So they don't want to work hard. They don't want to sweat. They don't like any of that. Johnny says most kids think kids that go to these programs are too stupid for class. Best worker I've come across went to trade school. Yeah, I agree. And I will say, Johnny, when I was in high school, there was a stigma about trade school, the Vokies. They were potheads. They were idiots. There was probably a whole lot of them that had ADD, that were undiagnosed. It wasn't a thing then. And they couldn't sit still in school. They couldn't study. And as a result, they didn't do well in traditional school. They learned differently, and they probably did better. Some of them probably excelled in trade school, and others just goofed off. So anyway, so Lucas, the tool that makes something easy, if I did tell you, is a multi-tool. Actually, maybe I didn't. It's a multi-tool. Multi-tool is just amazing. We were talking about it on the job site today, and it has just changed the way we do things. It's speed things up. It's given us better precision. It's allowed us to kind of not get lazy, but we can expect certain things now because we have that multi-tool. We can do things we couldn't do before. Shave in just a teeny bit off something, just amazing tool. Michael says that he sees people shy away from the physical labor side of the trades. I don't like to be out of the comfort zone. It's hard work. Yeah, I agree. problem solving makes it worth it for me. I agree, Michael. I love the problem solving part of it. Hey, today was hot. I'm sunburned. I was in the sun today. We quit early. We were exhausted, but I still enjoyed the problem solving aspect of what we did today. We still had a good time. Antonio, I missed what you said there. Pilots can make money. In a nutshell, the playoffs are going on right now. No problem. We're going to tune out anyway. I only wanted to talk for about 30 minutes. So all students should learn a trade in trade school. In addition to the core classes, they should be able to be self-sufficient. I agree. I think some of the trade schools, they should be focusing on, and I think they do this. I do think they do this. Writing emails, communication skills, interviewing sales skills, dealing with clients, as well as writing proposals and contracts and things like that. Maybe some business law, stuff like that. They should know that stuff. And that should be part of their core, as well as English and math and stuff like that. The trades are in much better shape in some other countries, but the stigma still exists. Trade schools is where you go when you're not cut off of the university. That's too bad, Yoni, because I was in Germany. I got a kind of a taste of the trade school apprentice program when I went and visited Festool, and I was just impressed with that whole program that they have set up. I mean, you come out of that with a job. You're licensed, there's levels, but you come out, set, and you know what you're going to make, and it's pretty well set up. And they don't treat you like an idiot, when you first start off, which I think is great. Lucas said he was 12 years old when his dad took him to his first job tending bricklayers. Taught me a lot about work and how to work easier. Manual labor is something is a lost art these days. Yeah, absolutely. You're a programmer. My coding doesn't build tangible things. Woodwork and carpentry. Okay. Well, you can always woodwork. I mean, you still program in woodwork. Some people are better hands-on tactical learners, and people need to become more open to that. Yeah, some people are visual learners, auditory. Some people need to be tactile, what they call it, kinetic or whatever, hands-on. I need to see it and do it, and then I'm usually pretty good about something. Anyway, all right, well, listen, closing in on 30 minutes here. I just wanted to do, this is the first time I've been back in about 6 weeks to do a live, and I just wanted to tune in, say hi to you guys, chat a little bit. Hope you're all doing well. Hope you're dealing with COVID and this craziness, the new normal. I hate that saying. I hope you're all dealing with it okay, and I hope you're working and keeping things going and paying bills. If you guys haven't checked out our latest videos, we got a new head-to-head out on track saws. It's out there now. I've got a new review on the new Milwaukee Fuel multi-tools. They're out there now. Nobody else has that multi-tool. I'm the only one who has it until November, which is great. So my review is the only real hands-on review you're going to see out there. So please check it out. And while you're looking at those videos, don't forget to hit that notification bell so you don't miss a video. You'll just get a ping notification. I think it's an email, or maybe it's just a message that says I have a new video up. I appreciate if you do that. It helps support the site. And let me check and see what you guys are saying for a moment. So Yoni, this was your first chat. Excellent. Thanks for watching the videos. I appreciate it. Antonio, you have a great night, sir. You're heading to check it out. Thank you, sir. The Revering. Johnny, you have a great night. Peace, brother. It's always good to see you on the chats. And Kahneman, thank you. Scotty, we did I don't know what the Mafel KSS40 is. I'll have to figure that one out and take a look at it. Will, have a great night. Bye, everybody. We'll see you soon, okay?